So, I have been wanting to do a vlog like this for a little bit, and I'm finally getting on here to talk about it. So, I am... Sorry, I'm trying to find a nice view. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this vlog for a little bit, and I've been wanting to talk about it, but I've been trying just to kind of like process my feelings, recover, I guess, if you will, for lack of a better word, reorient myself, allow myself to feel the range of emotions that comes with post-show, and kind of talk about my fit model journey for the year of 2025, and what's kind of led me to this point. So, you know, the year started off with such positivity and such hope and promise when they announced the division, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I fit this division and the category perfectly, and I still feel that way. And I was like, I might be able to, you know, take this all the way and win my pro card. Like, I think my physique is pretty damn near close to what they're looking for, and I think I can get there. And I was very, very hopeful. So when they announced the division, I was so excited. We had just started a prep, so I was at the beginning of my prep. We picked that show in March, did that show, won the overall, elated. On cloud nine, elated, super hopeful, like, you know, this is going to happen for me. And then I think looking back on it all now, my first mistake was the length of time between that first show and the second one. I think even though I was so elated and excited and I was hopeful for a really positive result at my national show, like, you know, I could win my pro card, like, but the distance between show A and show B was so long that I think I just started to mentally, well, physically obviously, but more than, it wasn't really physical, it was mental. Like, mentally I was drained. I was so drained. So I kind of half-assed a couple things. There were moments when I did not stick to my diet 100%. There were moments when I had a binge episode or two. And I just was not 100% in. Even though in my mind I wanted my pro card so bad and I wanted to do well. And I was improving on my physique even despite some of the binge episodes. But I just think mentally I was checked out. And I had good days and bad days. But I think overall, once we got into like May, like late April, May, and the show wasn't till mid-June, I just was starting to get really checked out. So I think that was my first mistake. Then we get to nationals. And I think if I was doing bikini, I would have gone into it like, I know I don't have the perfect physique for bikini. If I just make first call outs, I'll be happy. Like, if I had made first call outs and it was bikini, I would have been like happy with that. But I made first call outs for fit model, but the first call outs were 7 people. Not like typically it's 5 or something, I feel like sometimes, but I don't know. I guess every show's different, but this show, I made first call outs, but it was 7 people and I was the 7th. So they kept me on the outside and just kept me there and never moved me, which was very sad and disappointing. And once we got through the show, which we all know how that ended, I placed 7th. So I think after that, I just felt defeated. I felt defeated. I felt like, oh, here I was thinking I was going to be one of the people to make history, be one of the first women to win their pro card in this new division. I was so excited and hopeful for that. I just, you know, And I didn't get that. And I was like, well, who are you? Like, you think you're special, and I guess you're not special. And it was just, it was just very disappointing. It was a huge letdown. I felt very low after that show. I thought I was going to have a better result than that, even despite everything. And I just felt so defeated. I felt so defeated. And at first we were like, well, let's go for another show. And I just went crazy on the diet. Like, I started binging every day. I would make it through most of the day, and then I'd get to the evening, and then it's like my brain would just leave my body, and I just would just start mindlessly eating. So quickly I messaged my coach and said, hey, like, I'm mentally checked out. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to do this show in July. So we decided to call it quits. And I have been recovering ever since. Like, I have been trying to process my emotions and how I felt. And just to heal, because I felt so broken after that. I really did. In so many ways, just because I was mentally exhausted, and then I was just so disappointed and sad that I did not do better. And I think, looking back on it too, I think the reason why I'm more disappointed is because I still do feel like I was close. Like, I feel like if I was doing bikini, I would have felt like, I'll take it, because I know I have a lot more to improve if I was doing bikini. But because it was Fit Model, I felt like I was just so close. And it almost made it more disappointing, I guess. I had such high expectations too. When you set those high expectations and they're so much lower than you thought, it can just be so detrimental to your psyche. It really can. And I think, I don't know, I just wanted to be one of the first ones, and that's just not in the cards for me. So post-show, I was going crazy, ham on the eating for at least 2 months after that. So all of the rest of June, all of July, all of August, like, just not good. Gained the weight back so fast. And then slowly, as I just kind of started to heal emotionally and just kind of get back on track. So I've been back on track with my diet. I've leaned down like 9 pounds too. So I feel a lot more comfortable where I am now, and I'm on my track consistently. And physically, I feel good. Mentally, I feel good. I don't feel sad. I don't feel as sad anymore. I don't feel I can tell my emotions are coming back. Like, my hormones are regulating, and I don't feel so down, and I don't have this desire to just eat. So I think my body and my hunger hormones have chilled a little. So that's all good. That's all back on track. So I do feel like I'm in a good space now. So the rest of the year, I'm just trying to focus on, sticking to my plan, eating healthy foods, eating whole foods. I don't have to put on more muscle, because, again, the feedback was you have plenty of muscle, you just need to come in leaner. So I think I'm just going to kind of continue with, I think I want to lean down a little bit more, maybe like 5 more pounds, 7 more pounds, and then just kind of maintain from there until we start a prep. Because, again, the feedback wasn't to put on more muscle, so I'm not really concerned about needing to do that. So that's kind of my goal for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2025. Again, just want to lean down a little bit more and then just kind of maintain there. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And, mentally, I still struggle. Like, going on social media and seeing people continue to win their pro cards this year, I just get this sense of jealousy, honestly. Like, just being transparent with you, like, resentment, jealous, like, it's not good feelings. So I try to stay off social media, because I'm just seeing all these other women accomplish what I thought I could accomplish, and I failed to do so. I just did. So I know failures are part of life, and we always don't have the same story in bodybuilding towards our pro card journey. I know we don't all have the same story, and winning this year is not part of my story. So I'm trying to accept that. I have not 100% accepted it. I still, like I said, I'm harboring a lot of upset feelings and resentment and oops, sorry, knocked you over. Jealousy, all those things. So I'm still feeling those feelings, but I'm processing, I'm doing better, and it's just where we're at. So that has been my summer and my fall so far, honestly, and my journey, my fit model journey this year. That's just how it's been. I know I've been kind of AWOL. I certainly went AWOL over the summer, but I knew I wanted to make this vlog at some point, just to update everyone, for any of you who are at all interested in following this journey with me. And maybe you're all experiencing the same journey of maybe, for those of you ladies that, you also didn't get your pro card this year. I don't know, maybe you can relate to this vlog. I hope you can. I hope it can touch something in you too, and be maybe a source of encouragement. There are other years. We've got 2026 coming up. Like, girls, ladies, 2026 can be our year. We can go into the year, win the pro card, and then, maybe do a pro show, because 2026 will be the first year that there'll be pro shows. We might have just missed the mark this year, but that doesn't mean that we won't get that pro card next year and then be just in the right physique and condition to be right up alongside all those other girls that won their pro card in 2025. Who's to say? So that's kind of my mentality for the rest of the year and going into 2026. And I'm just going to try to focus on that, I can still aim for that pro card, win that pro card in 2026, and do a pro debut show along with all those other girls that got their pro card this year. So that's kind of what I'm telling myself, just to kind of keep myself going. But yeah, we all have our own journeys, like I said. So I hope that can be some inspiration to any of you watching. Maybe you can relate. Feel free to comment your words of encouragement, because I could sure use them. And if you want to follow my journey for the rest of this year into 2026 and hopefully winning that pro card, please like and subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna finish out this year as strong as I can and go into 2026 with hopefully better outcomes. So love you all, and mwah. Talk to you later.